In this video, I'll be showing you two Nearpod updates for 2021 that I'm really excited about: digital whiteboards and activity templates. As we've now come to expect, Nearpod is continuing to add new features all the time to its already robust interactive lesson building platform, and these new updates only build upon what was already a pretty rock solid case that Nearpod has a place in almost any classroom. So I'm excited to show you what these new features are all about. I'm Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the New EdTech Classroom. You can show your support for the work I do on this channel by sharing this video with other teachers that you know, and also by hitting the like button. And if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, you'll also get pinged about upcoming live shows, which I host every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as well as newly released videos that I put out about teaching with technology. So join our growing global community of 21st century educators, and be sure to ask in the comments if you have any questions about what I show in this video. All right, let's jump into Nearpod and take a look at the first update, the digital whiteboard. This update is important because it allows you to quickly jump in and make adjustments during a Nearpod lesson by pulling up a mini whiteboard whenever you want. To show you how this works, I'm going to go ahead and open a lesson that I already have on my teacher dashboard. And I'll go ahead and split the screen so you can see what this is going to look like when you're actually using it with students. Before this update, there wasn't really an effective way to adjust mid-lesson to teach a quick mini lesson to your students if they weren't understanding something. You could add new activities in the middle of a lesson, but your options here are somewhat limited and aren't always all that effective for jumping in to teach a quick concept. Now, however, you'll see that you also have an option to open up a whiteboard at any time of the lesson. All you need to do is click Open Whiteboard, and a whiteboard will pop up on your screen as well as on your student's screen. Then you can use different annotation tools to type out text or draw on your board. And as you are adding to your board, students will see what you are teaching in real time. You'll also notice that right now this board only allows for teachers to write on it, not students. Then once you click X to close out the board, it will return to the Nearpod slide that you were just on. The whiteboard feature can be used to intervene and quickly model something for students. So for example, let's say that students are working on a simulation in Nearpod to practice fractions. And then after that activity, you assign a short quiz as a check for understanding. If you notice that some students still aren't understanding based on their responses to the quiz, you could pull up the digital whiteboard to jump in and give a quick mini lesson. You might use the text tool to write the steps, and then the draw tool to show them how to solve the problem. Then, to make sure students understood the lesson, you could click Add Activity and then add a Draw It activity so that students would have to show the steps to converting mixed numbers to fractions on their own versions of a whiteboard. So you can see how this digital whiteboard tool helps make your teaching in Nearpod more responsive and dynamic. The next Nearpod update is that they've embedded pre-made activities directly into the lesson builder for 3 slide types: Time to Climb, Matching Pairs, and Draw It. Let's look at Time to Climb first so you can see an example. Time to Climb is a quiz game, and the way it used to work when you used the lesson builder was that you basically just had to write up all of your own questions from scratch. Pre-created Time to Climb lessons did exist beforehand, but they were in the Nearpod library, and it was a little cumbersome to integrate the pre-made activities with your own custom lessons. Now, however, all you need to do is go up to Explore Time to Climb library and search for a quiz game template you're looking for. So let's say that you just taught a lesson about character development in your ELA class. You could search for your key term and then see what pre-created quizzes pop up. Select the one you want to check out, and you'll see that it auto-populates the Time to Climb game with pre-created questions and answers that you can also edit or add additional questions to by clicking Add Question. Then once you get students into the lesson, you'll have a quiz review game already set up in a fraction of the amount of time it would take you to write your own questions and answers. Similarly, you can also find pre-made templates for matching pairs activities. Just like Time to Climb, when you open matching pairs, you'll see the activity templates on the right-hand side, and you can scroll through them or search for something specific you're looking for. So let's just say, for example, that you're teaching the American Revolution. You could pull in an activity where students would have to match key events with dates. And of course, you can still add your own pair by clicking Add Pair. If you haven't used matching pairs before, the way it works with students is that they try to correctly match the cards by clicking on one and then clicking on the other card that matches. If they got it right, they'll see a green check and they won't be able to select those cards again. If they got it wrong, however, they'll see red X's and they'll have to keep trying. Lastly, the Draw It tool also now has embedded pre-created activities for you to pull into your custom Nearpod lessons. Like the others, when you find a topic you're looking for, just click on it and it will now add that as a background that students can draw directly on top of. Then, after you bring a template in, you can also write your own custom instructions for how students should interact with it or use the ones that are already given. I think the Draw It tool is one of the most useful activities in Nearpod, and now with these embedded templates, it's even more functional. Whether it's the periodic table of elements, generic graphic organizers such as Venn diagrams and compare and contrast charts, or all about me posters or grammar practice, there's a Draw It template for pretty much any type of activity you can imagine. And just to show you quickly here what one of these Draw It templates looks like when you're actually teaching with students, you can see that on the student screen, they have different tools that they can use to interact with the template, such as a drawing tool, highlighter, text, image, and eraser. They just need to select a tool and begin writing or drawing their answers. As soon as students start interacting on their end, you'll see it show up on your end as well. And remember, with the new digital whiteboard tool, you could always jump in and give a quick mini lesson if you notice that students aren't fully understanding what to do. I hope you're as excited as I am about these new Nearpod updates. If you're interested in learning more about how to teach with Nearpod, I definitely recommend that you check out these other videos on my channel, and you can find the links to those in the description below. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or ideas about these new Nearpod features, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching my video to the end. If you're interested in learning all about how to use instructional technology to increase student engagement, personalize instruction, provide authentic learning experiences, improve communication with families, optimize your organization systems, and so much more, then check out my online course, The 21st Century Classroom. In the video description, you'll find a link to 21centuryclass.com where you can learn more about the course as well as sign up for the latest enrollment updates. In the video description, you'll also find the link to my website where you can find additional resources for teaching with technology, as well as links to my social media accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and TikTok, where I post 60-second quick tips about teaching with technology. Thanks again for watching and have a great week.